It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and seeing these mannequins out in the street, can't help but be completely freaked out by it. Because you see the odd one perched that looks like it's a human being, and for a brief second you think it's real, but it's not. It's a mannequin. And I've asked family members why they do it, and they just go, they're crazy people. You see that one there? For a moment it looks like a real person, but it's not. So, here we are at Città d'Alta, a train station about 45 minutes away from Rome. Is it me, or are the UK trains and train stations in dire need of an upgrade?
Speak English. Okay. Be careful with your phone, because look,
As we were coming along the way there on that roundabout, there was all the lights on the hotel, and I was thinking about filming it, and then this illegal came up to us and goes, you think you're in London, but this is Baghdad. I started to grab our phones. Trouble is, I said this is going to be a more regular event in the whole of Europe. So yeah, but Karen, she acted like a lioness. I went to smack him in the mouth. Thought I'd have to step up and do something brave.
I would.
Oh goodness. Anyway.
That you like, no, apparently stop.
I wasn't, honestly.
I'm so cowardly.
I'll protect you.
No, I ain't done no.
She literally, she went for the guy as he was trying to take our mobile phones, pushing us about. It was a little bit of a moment, to be honest. Where are we going, love? I think so. Anyway, even after all that drama, we still managed to find our way to the coach to get our way to Pompeii.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go!
So, the cost of a Pompeii coach day trip from Rome generally ranges from about €80 to €180 per person, depending on the inclusion packs. Pickup points are typically in central Rome, just as where we were, often near major transport hubs like the Termini station or popular squares like Piazza del Popolo. Now, you don't have to spend the whole day here. There are 4.5-day tours, typically departing from the major cities like Naples, Rome, and Sorrento. These tours usually include round-trip transport, in inverted commas, as we all know, air-conditioned coach trips. Skip the line entry to the ruins, and professional guides are available depending on how deep your pockets are. We went on our own.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night.
Anyone wants a toilet?
Playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Right here, but possibly not in Pompeii. Everybody taking photos. Look at this huge amphitheater. Been here for at least 2,000 years old. The amount of people that would have been making addresses to the public, political speeches, dramas, dramatic plays, all here in this amphitheater. Incredible. Still here. Almost in the same condition it was the day that Vesuvius blew up. This is literally an old street. Would have been an old street. You can see some of the artwork that would have. Well, that's terracotta, isn't it? And it would have had lots of artwork on it. So this is a standing building. And what's left of the artwork that would have been on here? Barely see it, but it's still there. Maybe. So this is a road, a cobbled road. And you've got some raised boulders, which has got grooves in it. You can see where carts have gone through. I think the last time I was here, they were saying that that's to actually prevent people that they don't, or cart sizes that they didn't want into the town. I might be wrong about that.
Well, that one's got like a little bathroom.
Very nice.
Some like pole there. This must be a rich person's house.
Yeah,
Well, it's that little fire. Like an oven kind of thing.
I think it is. Because this would obviously be roofed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We're still here. It starts getting cold, and we don't know any way out of here. We try to understand how it all started to go wrong, but the sea is way too deep. Yeah, it's deeper than we could ever go, honey. We have to be together here in the stormy weather.
Now, the 70 AD eruption of Mount Vesuvius, created by archaeologist Giuseppe Ferrelli in the 1860s, when bodies decomposed in hardened ash, they left voids, which Ferrelli filled with plaster to capture their final poses. Clothing and all kinds of details are left with impressions, as you can see with this example right here.
Is this guy sleeping or is he hiding?
So you can imagine
He's like,
that that's the position that he was in when he died.
yeah.
And then the ash fell on him, and then the ash replaced his body. That's not actually his body.
Yeah.
It created a kind of natural
Come on.
mold of him.
He was like, and then the ash came down and killed him. And then
And that's the
Well, there's a sleeve there. Also, he's got a sleeve and it's like rolled up. This is the thumb.
Yeah.
Where's the
It was apparent.
dried up?
Guess we'll never know how it feels to see the shoreline. We have to be together, stuck in the stormy
This is like a painting.
It is characteristic of Pompeian fourth-style wall decoration, prevalent in the period following the earthquake of 62 CE until the eruption of Vesuvius in 79 CE. This style combines elements from earlier periods, including illusionistic architectural features.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling the stitches. Time to let go.
Well, this is the famous courtyard.
Yeah, I recognize this bit.
I'm gonna get my tripod out in a minute.
Oh.
Take some photos, really be annoying. Be one of those guys. You want to be that guy?
The American tourists is completely oblivion. You're just walking around.
Just trying to hide. I got you. I got you. I got you. So this is the famous courtyard, son.
This is you, though. This is you. You're filming. You're just going to nothing. You just pointing like this, like this, like this.
There used to be a statue here, unless it's a different courtyard. Because the other courtyard, you can actually see Vesuvius.
That's Vesuvius there.
Ah, maybe you can see it if we go further
It's there.
back.
It's there. Look, you know when you see it. It's there. It's that one there.
Or you can see a statue.
No, that's Mount Vesuvius there. Because you know when you see it.
That's not Vesuvius. You say that's Vesuvius over there.
Do you know what Vesuvius looks like?
Yeah, it looks like that over there,
But
but
I
you
thought
can't
it's-
see it from here.
You know when you see it.
You had to go over there. I reckon they took down the statue, you know? There's a huge statue of, I think it might have been of Romulus, maybe? I'm not sure. Romulus and Remus? I can't remember. But I think the statue was on that point there. The statue was here.
I can see a statue. It's there.
No, I'm sure there was a statue here. But it's gone.
Maybe they do like repairs on it.
I'm telling you, Zafan, that is Vesuvius.
It's not Vesuvius. You know when you see it.
You know when you see it. Pompeii's Forum was the bustling rectangular heart of the ancient city, serving as its political, economic, religious and social centre, featuring temples like the Capitolium to Jupiter, administrative buildings and basilica, and markets and much more. This looks like it could have been a religious site, but I haven't read a single thing about it, so I don't know. But we're going to go find out. There's loads of these columns, people taking photos of themselves.
So,
However, what we did find is this. If you, say, picked up a stone from the site here, you could face a fine of up to 1,500 euros or face 6 years in prison. That, to me, sounds astonishing, but it's true. You could go to prison for picking up a stone and taking it home. Look at this pathetic dude trying to get a camera.
I'm not filming you. I'm just holding it.
I like filming you being strange then. Oh, beauty.
Oh, freak.
So in 2018, I was actually in this courtyard looking at Mount Vesuvius and thinking, I'm going to call my mum. And as I called my mum, I said, Mum, I'm actually seeing Mount Vesuvius with my own eyes. And her response was like this. And? As though I'd said to her, Mum, I've gone to Tesco's and bought some milk. Slightly innocuous. Anyway, we decided we're going to call her today and see what she says in response after all these years. Let's find out, shall we? Calling my mum.
the fence to it. That's Vesuvius. Question is, will she answer this time? 7 years ago, I called her. Hello, Mum.
Hi.
I'm standing right outside the courtyard in Pompeii, and I can see Mount Vesuvius.
Lovely.
What? No. Let's do that again. Mum, I'm standing in the courtyard and I can see Mount Vesuvius in the background.
Lovely.
Yes, it's lovely. We will send some pictures.
Why is that? It is lovely, Mum. You would love it. You would love it. We're standing in the courtyard. Mount Vesuvius is just in the background, and we're discussing our next delivery from Amazon.
What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go and burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the four.
Naples, or Napoli, it's Italy's third largest city, the vibrant capital of the Campania region, famous for its rich history, Greek and Roman roots, a UNESCO-listed historic centre proximally to Mount Vesuvius where we have been, and being the birthplace of the margherita pizza. Speaking of pizza, we're actually really hungry, and we've just been walking up here and we are starving. We've been traveling for ages, and actually I have been wanting to have that margherita pizza where it was actually originated from, but this lady seems to know where to go, so we'll follow her.
Lady just grabbed us off the street and said, follow us. We got some fresh food, local food for you to try. And we said, yeah, all right then. So we just followed this lady. Don't know where we're going.
The Antica Taverna Caia is a popular family-run restaurant in the heart of Naples, known for its authentic Neapolitan and Italian cuisine, particularly fresh seafood and classic pasta dishes. The atmosphere was really good, and actually, the longer we were there, the more people seemed to just arrive and fill up the whole restaurant. The food is delicious, and I would totally recommend it.
Right, we just went into a shop and I exchanged my hat from a Portugal hat to an Italia hat because we are in Napoli, and this way I will completely blend in.
Clearly deluded. Anyway, the proprietor of that establishment said, don't go to this ice cream vendor, go further along. But we decided that we would have an ice cream here because it has some local tourist attractions, which we'll see in a little bit. But I tell you what, this ice cream, there were so many flavors, and it was so rich and so creamy, and there were like chocolatey bits. It was just like a smorgasbord of flavor. Even now, as I mention it, my mouth is watering. We all had like 3 flavors each, and it's a huge cone, and I can't remember how much it cost, but it was relatively reasonable. And it was like, I've never had ice cream ever before until this moment. If you are ever there in Napoli, you have got to go there. I'm going to plug the place in a second. Delicious. Now the lady serving Karen, she actually stopped her halfway through and said, hey, how about visiting us on Instagram and plugging our restaurant? And we said, yeah, okay. So this is the plug. Cento. If you ever go to Napoli, you must go to Cento. These ice creams are phenomenal.
The most important thing is love.
might think that you're right in thinking, is that a good way to put it? You might think that we are in Rome. And actually, you might even think that we're in St. Peter's Square. But actually, we're not. But we're actually in Napoli. And this here looks like St. Peter's Square.
It is in fact the Piazza del Plebiscito, is Naples' largest and most iconic square, a vast semicircular space framed by a royal palace, the Basilica of San Francesco di Paola, modelled after Rome's Pantheon, and flanking palace named after the 1860 plebiscite uniting Naples with Italy. However, we've got to get back to the coast because we've only had 2.5 hours to explore Naples. So this is a pretty good introduction to this beautiful city, which seems quite reminiscent to other places. We were not, unfortunately, able to have a margarita pizza from the original place that it was invented, and that saddens my heart so badly. However, we did meet a couple of people on the coach who were glad to tell us how they had actually found it and enjoyed their beautiful pizza. We got to know them on the coach and they're fantastic. They've also got a social media presence on Instagram. Check them out. They're fantastic. They just got married, so happy anniversary for next year. We're coming to India, by the way. We're coming to visit you. We're coming next week. Get ready.